Alright, today's the day. I'm going to do a full tilt to meter score on the glass sealed, on the glass door open, and also in the kick sealed and in the kick door open, or window down, whatever is more output. We'll try both. So, as throughout this video, stay tuned to see the different scores my build does. As y'all saw previous video or not, check it out before this to guess what you think I meter. So, single 10-inch subwoofer in a big ratio 4th order. It's not doing a 150, I can tell you that for sure. It's really hard to do a high SPL score with a single 10, especially with the small cone area, and I'm on low power, so you might think, Jacob, 2,000 watts is a lot of power. To be honest, I'm not getting 2,000 watts out of it. I might be getting a little over 1,000 after rise in voltage drop, but we'll find out what that score is. So stay tuned throughout this video for that. And I'll find out the peaks too, and then y'all get to see the results. So if y'all have any questions or concerns, just feel free to ask anytime in the comments. Appreciate y'all watching and the video y'all been waiting on. I'm gonna go ahead and just go straight to it and start metering full tilt burps. So this video is all about metering for my build of the single 10, nothing else. So I'm not worried about talking about the specs or anything. You can watch the other videos for that. And we'll see how it does on the meter, full tilt. So just keep in mind that the variance of this is normally, for these big ratios, you can do usually about 3/4 to a whole dB, like half a dB to a whole dB difference. So I could go up to half a dB to a whole dB difference, depending on how the temperature is outside, the coil temperature, how the subwoofer reacts to waves, how much space is actually being utilized in the vehicle, things that are moving. So I have a couple of things that are still in the vehicle that could affect this, as well as, hey, maybe it's not a good time right now with how my voltage is. Plus, I was already playing a little bit earlier, and my voltage could be a little high, depending on the alternator temperature too. So there's a lot of things. So before anything, I'm gonna turn off my front and rear speakers. I always do that whenever I do burps. So the burp is gonna be my peaks. I peak at, let's do sealed first. So glass going up, sealed score first. So on the glass or dash, whatever. I don't have a dash, but call it dash. So glass sealed up. This is normally the most important score in SPL. It seems like everybody takes the most pride in that. I'm not into the whole get as loud as you can meter and all of that, competition, competing and all. Just all about fun. But I don't mind trying to get as loud as I can with what I got, but I'm not competing or anything, going to shows. It's just for fun project. All right, so let me stop talking and do this. So I peak at 43 hertz sealed. So let me go ahead and go to my frequencies. Test tone. 43 hertz is what I peak at, so I'm going to be playing 43 hertz. Oh, sorry, it's really... All right, we'll find out what it meters. So 43 hertz. I'll full tilt it, roll into it with the bass knob. So that's another question maybe you can talk about is, Jacob, or anybody, just comment and say, what do you think is the best way to do a full tilt burp? Do you roll into it? Do you just go full out, full send? Or do you like roll into it and then back off and roll into it again? So there we go. 0 dB, 43 hertz. Rev the engine, they get a little bit more RPM. This is sealed. So if y'all didn't already, comment what you thought I was gonna meter in the previous video, and then see if your meter score was different. Otherwise, just, hey, have fun and comment, and then see if you were close or not on this one. So sealed first, and we'll see how it does. All right. Let's make sure this is on. 43, sorry. It just takes a lot of maneuvering around when you're holding the camera. Here we go. So there you have it. That was sealed 43 hertz to clipping. I heard the amp clip a little bit there in the back. You can't hear it, but I can. So a 143 or a 147 sealed on glass on a single 10 at 43 hertz. That's not bad. I personally think that's a really good score for a single 10-inch with this much space. So, I mean, you're looking at least like 150 cubes of space in this truck to work with, so it isn't like a wall build or a trunk build. So, and a lot of people I've known only get like 145s with 212s, and it's like, this is pretty good. Anyway, next one. So that's the first one. So now I'm going to do window down on glass. If you watch the other video, anyway, let's keep going. So now I'm going to 45 hertz. So that was 47. So now we're going to go to 45. So I know that that's a low score compared to the sealed, so maybe I'm almost metering louder sealed than I am ported, or with the window down, than sealed. But to be honest, the subwoofer probably got a little warm there. Plus I was really clipping in the subwoofer. So anyway, that was pretty good score though. 147 with the window down, glass. And then 147 sealed. So almost about the same sealed. Anyway, I'll stop talking. So now I'm gonna go to kick, find out if there's a difference in the kick. So I know previously when I did this ported enclosure, when I metered, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. I recommend watching it. I was actually metering around a 143 to 144. So I went up between 3 and 4 dBs with the same power, going from a ported enclosure to a 4th order big ratio. And of course, this isn't the most optimal way to place a meter, but hey, it works. It's a little dirty, but it'll work. So I got the meter down there. All right. Like I said, this build is not the prettiest interior, but hey, it works. So now we're gonna do window down. Actually, let's go sealed first. Sealed seems to do really well with cone control by the subreacted. So we'll do sealed. One thing is, before all the tweaks I've done, I actually did get a 148.3, which I'll put up there now so you guys can see. I actually did get a 148.3 dB at 44 Hertz. That was the highest SPL score I ever got, and that was glass window down. But since I've done some changes and adjustments, I went down a whole dB. So that shows how critical the port is as well as your enclosure, just on modifications. A whole dB I lost. All right, so 43 Hertz. All right, that's where I peak at sealed, and the kick, we'll see how it does. It should go up, but you never know. I don't have a dash, so there's not as much buildup pressure. All right, so the sub's a little warm, I'm sure, but anyway. 147.25, so a whole quarter of a dB from kick to glass. Like I said earlier at the beginning, between half a dB and a whole dB difference in variation with metering. So that could have been at least another half a dB to dB higher than normal, depending on the first burp. So if I would have done first burp down there, I bet you it would have been louder. But anyway, you get the concept. So I'm still saying I'm doing a clean 147 dB sealed. So that's pretty good. All right. Now we're going to go into the last one. Window down burp. Go ahead and hit that like button if this is something y'all like. If there's something you suggest for metering, let me know. And I appreciate y'all watching. Last burp, and then the video ends. 45 Hertz. That's it. So 147.3. So we're staying around the clean 147 dB range from sealed, glass, window down, window up, kick, everything. So 147 dB. So like I said, I'll put it up one more time. I did a 148.3 as the highest meter score that I've ever done with this build. So I do 148s, I'd say, if I did my adjustments. But there's your score officially on video. 147s. That's the kick. It was still sealed on glass. Doing 147s as well. So I hope this made y'all happy and smile. Otherwise, I'm sorry I didn't. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate y'all watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. Stay tuned for more videos. And sneak peek for the ones watching still. I'm doing some major mods and changes to my enclosure to get some more lows. Not worried about SPL score now that I did all of the test and fun. Now I'm going to go into more lows. You'll see future videos for that. So anybody still watching, y'all got that little sneak peek before everybody else. So I'll see y'all next time. Jacob Vile out. FYI, my voltage stayed above 13.8. So if anybody was wondering that. All right, later.